Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, which are the apostle elders that rule the great millstone, that have been set up through faith to help see the elect that the Lord is bringing in. Right now, and to you hopeful elect out there, man, keep faith. Like always, man, this thing is moving. The Most High is acting on our behalf to what? Stir up these false Christians, because most of us came out of the so-called Christian church, right? We came out of that madness. You know, the Most High brought us out of the fire. And just like the apostle saying, man, you got guys like this, old Brotha J, DJ J the producer, whatever this guy's name is. But this is the Most High putting his hands out to Israel. Because one thing about Israel, they're stiff-necked people, man. Okay? Let me get that real quick. Because Israel's stiff-necked, man. That's how we know we the Israelites, because of the way Jake act, man. Israel don't... Jake want to bring everybody in. They want to... You know, they want to denounce it, all the things that they want to do, but this book is talking about them. That's why it says it calls them a rebellious house. Let me get it real quick. This is in the Apocrypha. Lock it 1 minute. This is the book of Baruch. This is Baruch 2 and verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear." And you see right now, the Most High is not giving certain guys that ear, but through the apostles and the elders and the men teaching, we're trying to wake Jake up, man, if the Lord will allow it and permit it. All right, but now you got this guy. I'm just going to go into a portion of this video. I was watching it. I didn't get that far into it, but this guy's going into the fact of what he's trying to say, that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are not, you know, a part of the promise, or what tribe are they from? So how are they going to be, you know, pretty much inducted into it, and they're not on the gates? But that's why you have to eat the whole roll, like we've been taught. You got to digest the Bible and have the full understanding, man. Okay, because you have something called what? I'm gonna let this video play a little bit, and then I'm going to it.
Of the 12 tribes of Israel. So Jacob is not from a tribe. He's the father of the sons who makes up the tribes. Okay? So that means Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, though they be the fathers of the Israelites, they themselves are not the Israelites. Okay? To make that much more clear, Abraham's not from Judah, he's not from Benjamin, he's not from Levi, he's not from Naphtali, he's not from Zebulun, he's not from Ephraim, he's not from any of them tribes. Isaac, though you be the seed of promise, born by the word of promise that was made unto Abraham and Rebekah, and Sarah, all right, he himself is not from Judah, from Benjamin, from Levi, from Naphtali, and all this other stuff, all right? And Jacob, though he be the son of Isaac, who's the son of Abraham, and that seed promise, which is Christ, is coming through the lineage, Jacob himself is not from Judah, from Benjamin, from Levi, from Naphtali, etc., etc., etc. So what does that mean? That means, because I know there's some black Hebrew Israelites out there that like to play games, and when we ask them, what tribe is Abraham?
Because you have to understand something called reincarnation. Okay, let me get that real quick. I'm gonna start here. We're gonna go through it. Lord willing, you are edified. Because that's why you gotta consider yourselves blessed, man. Consider if the Most High has opened your mind up to this truth and giving you the secrets, because this one thing about this Bible, it's not all plain Jane. It's not all plain Jane. And it says, this right here, this is Matthew 8 and 11. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. So in your terminology, you're saying that, oh, the fathers of the promise, because look, you're going to have something called regeneration. Because now let's look at the fact of, let me pull this up real quick. Let me go into a couple of these words. Because we always got to go into these words. And it says, and I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west and sit down. Let's look at that word, sit down. The word there is anakalino, anakalino, and it says to lean against, lean upon, to lay down, to make or bid, to recline. So we're going to be what? We're going to be sitting because we're going to what? The Most High said, he said that to the 12 that you're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So you're going to have Israel that's coming back to rule with Yahweh Shai, man. And then you're going to have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in their stead of rulership also. Okay, how the Most High is going to set up the hierarchy. All right, but let me get this other precept real quick. This is Matthew 19 and 28. And it says, and Yahweh Shai said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So the Yahweh Shai is saying, look, when you follow me in the regeneration, let's go into the word regeneration. New birth, regeneration, renewal, resurrection, regeneration. So you're going to have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, coming back, because Yahweh Shai was what? Adam. He was Solomon. Those were he was the direct descendant of David. And David came back as what? Peter. Okay, he came back in the tribes. So that's how you have them getting into the promise, is through that seed line. It's through that line that they laid down. It's not the fact that they're not going to be in the, I don't even know what the guys, I play a little bit more of the video, but I had to stop it there, man. You have to understand the topic and the verses of reincarnation, that we come back. You come back through that father's line, and you fulfill the promise. And you get, that's why it says the Most High judges what? Generation unto generation, man. The Most High can, hold on, let me get it. Let me pull up. This is the book of Numbers 14 and 18. It says, the Lord is long suffering and great and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Because we come back in the third and fourth generation. So that's how Yahweh Shai came and paid for sins, and he paid for the elect sins, or all of Israel's sins, but the elect is going to receive that promise first, and then it's going to go to the whole tribes. Okay? That's what you see in there, man. So this guy's pretty much trying to come out and say that, how they part of it, because, man, you just need to humble down, man. Okay? There's something about doing too much. This thing right here is about being humble, man, and praying to the Lord and hoping. Like the apostle said, you're doing these 4-hour videos because you're trying to convince yourself, man. You're trying to put it out there, and I don't know if, Jake is trying to catch a little wind. He didn't do the music thing too good. I don't know. I don't know, man. But this right here, this truth, man, is to give us the opportunity to what? To know that what? The Most High is dealing with us. And I got scriptures to prove that. That's a separation between these other nations, these Gentiles, and Israel. They ain't coming up in here, man. Let me play this.
Isaac and Jacob from, they go, because they know they can't prove he's from a tribe. So then they say, well, he's of the chosen seed.
Because he's going to come back in those of you've had situations where a man came through different tribes. You have men that have come back in the regeneration or reincarnation that have been in different tribes. Because you have Moses was what? A Levite. Then he came back as what? Judite. Okay? Different men come back in different tribes, man. It's how the Most High wants to do it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But what is he from? Because you are what your father is. Abraham's from the, Chaldees. His family was pagans. Okay? God called him from amongst pagans or, amongst the Gentiles and chose Abraham to walk before him. And he made a promise to him. He made a promise to him about having a son, which was Isaac, the seed of promise. And then through Isaac, then you had Jacob, right? And I'm only dealing with the promise. The promise. It's all about the promise. It's not about fleshly seed. The promise always, the seed was always pointing to Christ. That's Galatians 3:16. All right? Now, but they themselves are not from the tribes, and that's very important. Because according to IUIC, all right, exhumed master, if you confused, just give me a second. Matter of fact, just in case you're asking what the heck or what happened as to what I'm doing here. I've drawn on this chart. This is 12 tribes. They have 12 gates. And on these gates, I got the tribe names on it. Over here, I got Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For you to be of the tribes of Israel, you must be a son of Jacob. All right? We should all know that. That's pretty self-explanatory. For you to be a children of Israel, you have to be a child of Jacob. Meaning, Jacob himself, though he be the father of them, no video or audio. All right, hold on. But he himself is not from them. What gate is Isaac going through? Don't you be to see the promise, and clearly will be in the kingdom, because Matthew 8:11, Christ said, many shall come from the east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom. So I need to know what gate those three are walking through.
Whatever gate that the Lord has them go through, man. What does it say? You swallow a camel and you strain at a gnat. That's what you're doing. You swallowing the camel, and he read the verse that I read, but you had no understanding on that, man. You had no understanding on that. The fact is, they're going to come through the generation of what? That seed line. That's how they're going to come through and be into the kingdom. If they're not here back already. You see what I'm saying? You got the different men that have come through, man. That have come through the in generation that are in the spiritual world, and they're back here now. You can have Judah himself not come through Judah. Get around that one. But that's what it say. That's high level, man. It's not really how it's easy to the ones that understand. But how is that going to pertain to you getting salvation, man? Worrying about what's above your pay grade. Because there's certain things that's not revealed unto us, man. You want to know what gates and what tribe they're going to come through? Whatever the tribe that the Lord wants. That's why it says he will have mercy on who he have mercy, man. Even the time of deliverance we don't know. So there's certain things that we don't know right now, man. It says we prophesy in part. But the main issue and the main thing is that they're going to come back in that promised seed. How, who, or whatever seed they come through, man. Like I said, or you can have Gad that don't come through Gad. But the line is already set, man, through those promises. All right? So let me get a couple more scriptures, man. Let me get a couple more scriptures. This is the book of Ezekiel. Let me pull it up on the blue letter. This is Ezekiel 3 and 9. Because this is what's happening right now, man. The Most High is hardening their hearts, and he's making the minds of the men that he set up. That's why it says he should give you pastors according to his heart. So if it's not set up for you to be in that position, man, it's not set up, man. That's why you pray and hope. You fear the Lord. You serve him with fear and trembling. It says, let me go up a little bit. This is Ezekiel 3 and verse, let me start at 4. And he said unto me, son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, speak my words unto them, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or a hard language, but to the house of Yasharallah, not to many people of a strange speech and of a